Curiosity may have killed the cat, but the knowledge that comes with living the curious life is catnip for Alix Generous. An accomplished author, TED Talk speaker, scientist, and neurodiversity advocate, among many other talents, Generous has always been one to explore and passionately pursue what interests her. This love of learning stems from her unique experiences and her autism diagnosis. Her diagnosis has long been central to her identity.
I think being autistic is just essentially a part of who I am, and with that comes many interests. I don't necessarily think I have these interests because I'm autistic, but I think the way that I think about these interests and how I pursue these interests might be different because I'm autistic. The sort of passions I have and how I go about pursuing and implementing them is often dependent on different abilities and different ways that I view things, and all of that is heavily influenced by being autistic.
From an early age, Generous excelled at parlaying her interests into new, breathtaking opportunities.
I was going to the College of Charleston at the time. I held a radio show. My radio show was called Brains and Fluff, Making Science Sexy. And there's this man that I brought on, but I spoke with him about hormones and neurotransmitters associated with infatuation and lust. He introduced me to Dr. Arthur Regal, and I would do a lot of data collection, work on different scientific methods, working with different animal models and collecting data.
Generous enjoys traveling and experiencing new cultures as a way of gaining insight about the world. And, as she often does, she parlayed her global experiences and findings into a piece that would change her life for the better.
I decided to travel abroad because I wanted to put myself in new situations. I decided to go to Indonesia, and I studied tropical ecology there. We spent our days going on excursions, snorkeling, researching different environmental issues. When I got back from the trip, I sat in bed and wrote up this paper just based off of different research ideas, and I submitted it and ended up winning the competition. I ended up traveling that fall to go present this paper at that United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity.
As she made her personal mark on the world, others came to see the value in her experiences. Hollywood came calling, offering Generous a golden opportunity to represent herself and the autistic community in a scripted show meant to highlight extraordinary people like her.
I received an email from a producer named Stephanie Sweetlove, and she said that her and Josh Thomas did some research on autistic people and came across my TED Talk, and they invited me to audition for the main role. I wasn't the right fit for the part. However, they invited me to be a script consultant shortly after. A lot of it is analyzing their scripts and assessing how authentic the autistic character is. I think if you're not autistic, there's only so much you can really emulate, and so it helps to have that outside opinion.
As an autistic person, Generous sees her responsibility to act as a sort of ambassador, serving as an emissary who can share her perspective with the mainstream world, allowing others to hear from the autistic community and learn how to communicate and engage with someone who thinks and experiences the world differently from themselves.
My role in terms of my own personal journey and mission is to share my life experiences to help others. We live in a world where almost everybody knows somebody who has different needs and different abilities, and doing whatever I can to increase tolerance and increase acceptance of different kinds of people. That is my purpose, because a lot of the pain that I experienced growing up was due to that rejection and lack of understanding, and I think a better way can be modeled to help others.
Generous shares some advice that is the fruit of her limitless curiosity.
I think it's important knowing that as an adult, you have to be proactive in accessing different help. When you're an adult, it's up to you to decide which help you enlist and whether you get help to begin with. And so it's important to be proactive in your own recovery and to work on yourself as much as possible. And you're working on yourself not for other people, but for yourself.
For a world of difference, I'm Basia Rikpo.